Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here, with quite the replay today. Today we have a replay from Emerald, and Emerald has been with the channel for quite some time. He subscribed back at when we were at 26 subscribers. He is the 27th subscriber of this channel, and you can see the video where I meet him. It's a video called, I believe, A Series of Unfortunate Events. It opens up with me getting mag-deaded in a Dunkirk by a Japanese destroyer. Very interesting occurrence there. But speaking of Japanese boats, Emerald is in the Tier 10 Japanese gunboat Harugumo. The only Tier 10 destroyer I can tell you anything about because I have one. Now, I got the Harugumo way back when I was part of Alpha. And I got it because at the time it seemed like the most OP destroyer that was out, and we needed a tier 10 destroyer for clan battles, and I was like, all right, screw it, I'll get one. And it's the only destroyer that I have that I'm kind of decent in. I'm not amazing in it. It's because it's really not that hard to play. You can either play it very simply and do very well, or you can push it a little bit further, and it's a pretty good DD. Also, getting it and playing it helped me counter it in game, because I hated this thing for a very long time. I still hate playing against it, although not as much as I used to, because other things have come out which have made the Harugumo look not as bad. But anyway, Harugumo, generally you don't see it doing what Emerald's doing here, going for the caps, because it doesn't have that great of a detection range. It can get outspotted by a couple other tier 10 DDs. Although, if it does get spotted and you manage to spot the enemy DD, you can tear them up pretty dang well because of your guns. You've got 10 guns that reload in roughly 2-ish seconds, depending upon your build. Speaking of builds, here is Emerald's captain build. Did not include his module build, so I don't know exactly what he's running. And lo and behold, there's a Gearing, which used to be the gunboat way back in the day, but has been surpassed by several other destroyers. And is now very breaks his rudder there. And Gearing is pretty much the embodiment of Jack of all trades, masters of none, just like the rest of the American tech tree. And you can see Emerald is chewing into him quite well. Now, an interesting thing about the Harugumo, it is one of the few destroyers that did not get the Battleship AP versus Destroyers nerf. Well, buff for destroyers, nerf for battleships. So Harugumo will still eat way more pins from battleships than, well, not that they'll eat the pins, is that when battleships AP pins the Harugumo, it still does, I think it's 25-30% of the maximum AP damage of the AP round, whereas the new ratio is somewhere along the lines of like only 10%. So Harugumo will eat way more damage from Battleship AP than the other destroyers. So will the Tier 10 Soviet cruiser Khabarovsk, because they're destroyer. It's because they're so big, they're kind of like small cruisers. So that's Wargaming's justification because of their size. But anyway, back to the match. So a friendly destroyer is down already. Emerald's going back in to beat a cap. And you got a friendly Montana pushing up. You got a Henry about 11 kilometers away that Emerald's been eyeing. There's some enemy torpedoes. Looks like they're from something British, judging by how they were dropped. And Emerald easily dodges those. So you got a Smolensk over there about 12 kilometers away as well, who just annihilated the friendly Z-52. There's 2 Smolensks on the enemy team. And there is 2 on the friendly team as well. So, Emerald finally dumps his torpedoes on that Henry, and Harugumo does only have 1 set of torpedo tubes. It does have 6 of them, and it does get the reload booster, so if you want 12, you can have it. But then you have to sit through a very long reload time on that reload booster and your torpedoes. So, Emerald's got a broadside Henry, so he switched over to AP and is now tearing into him for roughly 3,000 damage to Salvo. Not bad. And the Henry's turning. I would have swapped to HE right there, but as you can see, the Henry is now turning back into the Montana, So Emerald does have his broadside again, so didn't really matter. Maybe we missed out on a couple thousand damage. But he's tearing to that Henry. Henry took a hit from the Montana, and Emerald gets him, saving his Montana, which the Montana will convey his gratitude. And Chad and Emerald just got a solo cap ribbon there. And Montana is sideways onto a Moskva. Definitely not the situation you want to be in. Moskva, very nice heavy cruiser, just unlocked her because she is going away in 9.4, so you still got a month, roughly a month to unlock her. I got 9.3 and 9.4 dates mixed up for some reason in my head. I do apologize for that. I've been saying that for the past couple of videos, but 9.4, roughly a month away. You got time to grind out the Moskva. Very nice ship. I recommend getting it because it will become a tier 10 premium after 9.4. And hello, Shimakaze. Now, Shimakaze is a ship that we're going to absolutely chew up and spit back out, as Emerald is doing right here. He already knocked out his engine. And it looks like this Shimakaze does have last stand, because he's still going in reverse, tearing into him. And then he goes undetected. But Emerald still knows about where he's at, so with a fire rate like the Harugumo, you can just keep pounding him. And you'll, through accuracy, through volume, you will eventually hit your target. But he is being targeted by 4 ships, so he does stop firing. And Shimakaze smokes up, which actually saves Emerald here, because the Shimakaze smoked up in front of the Smolensk, and now the Smolensk can no longer spot Emerald. And now Emerald's running away. Oh, another thing about the Harugumo, it's a very slow destroyer. So even with the engine boost, it only goes like 35, 36 knots. Not a very fast DD at all. So the situation, Emerald's team is down 5 ships. The enemy team is only down 2 ships. Emerald's has sunk one of those ships, and the friendly Thunderer just sunk the one of the Moskvas on the enemy team. Well, the Moskva on the enemy team. It's worth noting Emerald is in a division with 2 buddies. One of them is dead. The other one's still alive in Moskva. Emerald drops some torpedoes into that smoke screen over there, and he uses reload boosters to keep another set on standby. Most Harugumo players... Ooh, look, Shimakaze. From 6 kilometers away. Gives him a little bit too much lead there. The first salvo, second salvo is much more dialed in. And the thing about Shimakaze, it doesn't have the best reload rate, but the guns hit like a freaking truck. A while ago, they buffed the alpha on the Shimakaze's HE to where it's quite formidable. Not enough to defend it in a fight against the Harugumo, but he can take a good chunk of the Harugumo's health with him. Shimakaze being very smart, running away, trying to potentially pull Emerald into his Conqueror and Smolensk, but Emerald does not oblige him. Dumps his torpedoes at the Conqueror. And then, oh look, some enemy torpedoes, and then pops his smoke screen. Now, this is the easy way to play Harugumo. You pop your smoke screen, and you just proceed to just melt whatever you are going after. Now, he does have IFHE, so his chance of starting a fire isn't the best, especially after the IFHE rework. So he went more with the, I'm going to kill you through pinning you 10,000 times rather than burning you down. So... launches torpedoes at the Conqueror's well within torpedo range of the Harugumo's 12 kilometers. Did get a defense ribbon on the Conqueror, and Conqueror just manages to slip in between the gap there, and Emerald proceeds to open up on him again. Now Conqueror's coated in 32 millimeters of armor, so Emerald can pin all of that. But what I'm noticing here is that since the Conqueror is not moving, and he's aiming at the turret on the Conqueror, since if the Conqueror was moving, then he'd be hitting the superstructure because the ship's moving forward. He's actually hitting the turret a bit here. I'm not sure if you realize that, but you're going to see. Racks up I think like 60 or 70 non-pins on it because he's hitting the turret. But he still does manage to, as you can see, he's still managing to get a hit here and there on the Conqueror. There you go, that 1,000, 900. Those are the hits that are hitting the superstructure. And speaking of Thunderers, Emerald's Thunderer is now the popular kid to the enemy team. You see the Smolensk and the Yami are both firing at him. This Conqueror decides he's tired of being shot at by Emerald and tries to turn to get away. There are some enemy torpedoes. from that Shimakaze, I'm assuming. And Conqueror's almost down. Doesn't have a zombie heal to save him. And the friendly Thunderer takes him out. Now it's Yami's turn to get his baptismal by fire. But unfortunately, Emerald's smoke screen has ran out, and there goes the friendly Thunderer. Now, there's another ship on the enemy team. There's a Stalingrad all the way in the back there. I'm not sure what he's doing at this time, but he's the furthest ship back on the friendly team. Which, you know, Stalingrad's accurate at pretty much every range, so not the worst place to be. But Emerald's now the popular kid, being targeted by the Smolensk. And I should take it back, he's not that popular, just being targeted by the Smolensk. The Yami and the other Smolensk seem to be letting him go. Ah, I see why, because his friend is charging up in the Moskva. And Moskva, it is Soviet, so it can pin Yami from some pretty, well, Soviet angles. So the Yami and the Smolensk are giving him their full attention, and that's a beautiful broadside on the Smolensk. Also something with larger guns. I'd be blapping that thing right now. But he is working on the Yami. And, ooh, I can see that up there, his friend just hit the Moskva. Hit the Smolensk. His friend in the Moskva hit the Smolensk. Hit him again. Did not take him out. And Emerald this is Yami's just on the edge of his gun range right now. Emerald's still trying to rain fire down on the Yami. Being targeted now by, I believe, the Yami. Or the Smolensk. Ah, yes, it's the other Smolensk. Now he's being targeted by both Smolensk. So he pops his last smoke screen. Yami takes out the friendly Smolensk. Under fire from two Smolensk. This is rough. Oh, there's that Shimakaze. 8 kilometers away. And starts trying to finish him off. He has 2 fires right now in his Harugumo, which sucks. Okay, friendly gearing took out that Shimakaze. Yami's so close to being done, but also just on the edge of his range. He's got like another 1/10 of a kilometer before he gets out of range, and that's his maximum range, and there we go. Ah, sad times. Smolensk 12 kilometers out, chasing down the friendly gearing. Friendly gearing manages to torpedo the Yami, and enemy Smolensk manages to finish off the friendly gearing. So now we have a dock off between a Harugumo and a Smolensk. There's some HE coming in, and that's from the Republic. Let's see who's the better dock. I think that HE is maybe, yeah, that has to be from the Stalingrad, the only other ship left on the team. This is, you know, quite satisfying to see a Smolensk getting a taste of its own medicine. I think that's a secondary fire from the Republic now. Smolensk pops a smoke screen, tries to go dark. There's Confederate for Emerald. And there we go. Friendly Stalingrad manages to finish off the undetected Smolensk. And the last enemy Smolensk is also targeting the Republic, a ship that does not do well under constant HE fire. Stalingrad decides the Smolensk has had enough fun and removes them from the game. That was a beautiful shot. Whoever you are, Stalingrad player, if you're watching this, that made my freaking day when I saw that the first time. That was beautiful. All right, so there's some torpedoes. That's from the Shimakaze. Man, there's some slow torpedoes. So they're the 20-kilometer ones. So there goes those torpedoes. Emerald's moving into Cap B, because if you look at the scoreboard now, you have 3 friendly ships left: the Republic, the Stalingrad, and the Harugumo, up against 5 enemy ships. Not the best situation. One of them's a Thunderer, one of the more OP ships in the game right now. So Emerald's moving into B, and he's capping it. There's the Thunderer. Now, he is 14 kilometers away, which is outside of the Harugumo's torpedo range. But he is coming towards, oh, there goes the Republic. He is coming towards Emerald. So, effectively, if he continues on his present course, he will be within torpedo range by the time the torpedoes get there. So that's a trick you can use to kind of extend your torpedo range. If they're within like 1 or 2 kilometers of your torpedo range and they're coming toward you, depending on what ship it is, most battleships if they're coming toward you, unless it's something super slow like a Colorado, will be within your torpedo range by the time they get there. So, just a little tip there. And 13 kilometers away, and he turned, so he's presenting a nice profile to those torpedoes. And let's see. First 3 aren't going to hit. Looks like the last 2 may hit. That's a replay glitch. And the last one just barely misses his stern. So if he wouldn't have turned out, he probably would have ate 1 or 2 torpedoes. So Emerald made the wise choice because he's at very low health. He's at 6,000 health. And remember, he did not get the BBAP pin buff. The Harugumo didn't. So that Thunderer can absolutely blap him. Well, he's so low, just about any of the ships left can absolutely blap him in about 1 or 2 salvos. There's some more torpedoes from 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe the Shimakaze again. So he's going over to C now, which would be the safer cap to cap, because you look at the mini-map, all those ships are over at A and B. When Stalingrad pops his radar and spots for Emerald the enemy Shimakaze. How you doing, buddy? Emerald gets 1 salvo off, and, well, that's all he needs. Gets rid of the Shimakaze, so now it is 2 versus 4. But if you look at the score, 864 points, 3 minutes left on the clock. That's cutting it close. They either need to cap B and C and maybe deny the points at A, or sink everybody in 2 ships, a Stalingrad and Harugumo. Now, Stalingrad is a very powerful ship, but under constant fire from any number of ships, it will go down. Now, the Minotaur doesn't have HE, so Stalingrad does have that going for him, since he can't set any fires, and Stalingrad's armor can bounce Minotaur AP fairly easily, but you notice the Stalingrad's kind of kiting away, and the back half of Stalingrad isn't as well armored as the front half of Stalingrad. Emerald gets another solo cap rib. He has secured the C cap. Now this Minotaur needs to die. 930 points. They've got maybe a minute before the enemy team wins on points. But then the Shimakaze gets detected. That close to Stalingrad. Stalingrad didn't pop his radar. He's just opened up on Stalingrad. For some reason, the Shimakaze decided that was the proper course of action. Now, as you see, Stalingrad just got a good hit on Minotaur there, and then Emerald gets a better hit there with his torpedoes. Again, he tried to do the thing where the camera follows the torpedoes, but the replay glitched out, and gets 2 torpedo hits on the Minotaur. So that has bought them some precious time. Now, Shimakaze is dead. For some reason, the enemy Shimakaze wanted to become a gunboat against Stalingrad. I don't know why, but he did. So still, Emerald's team is at 540 points, enemy team's at 900 points. All these 2 ships have to do on the enemy team is survive. Last time Gearing was spotted, he was over at A. All that Gearing has to do is run, and he'll live. All this Thunderer has to do is run, and they'll win. Why is the Thunderer coming in? I don't know. He could turn around and run, and just protect A, and they would win. There's 1 minute and 25 seconds left in the match. Still, that Stalingrad and Emerald have to sink this Thunderer and that Gearing in order to win. Speak of the devil, Stalingrad pops his radar, and where's the low health Gearing? Within 12 kilometers of Stalingrad. And now it's never mind, it's still alive. Emerald's watching it. Now, Emerald only has 1 shot here at these torpedoes. If he misses, that's it. It's game over. He's out of reload boosters. He's out of smoke. He's almost out of health. He can't afford to gunboat the Thunderer because the Thunderer will kill him. There you go. Stalingrad got the Gearing. So these torpedoes have to hit. He has to sink that Thunderer. And Stalingrad, it's got very powerful guns, but it cannot delete a Thunderer from almost full health. It can citadel the crap out of it, but Stalingrad's guns take roughly 20-ish seconds to reload. So Stalingrad only has got 1 shot. So Emerald's torpedoes right here is the only chance they have of winning this, and the Thunderer has to eat all of them in order for them to win the game. And lo and behold, Thunderer eats every single torpedo, and Emerald wins the game for his team. That is one of the closest matches I have ever seen on this channel. And that team had it. They had it in the bag. All that Thunder and Gearing had to do was run or survive. And well, first off, that Shimakaze, that's where the real mistake started to be made. He went gunboat on a Stalingrad. Stalingrad didn't pop his radar. Shimakaze either wandered into his detection range, or just, as we saw there, he was shooting at the end. The gearing, I don't know why he, with only 1,000 health left, even got within 12 kilometers of a Stalingrad. The Thunderer, all he had to do was turn around, go back to sea, and sit his little happy butt there, and they would have won. I don't know. And then Emerald's team that died, I mean, yeah, it's kind of potato, because they were down by a whole lot of ships by the time. It was just Emerald in that Stalingrad. But it was a very interesting game, Emerald. Thank you for sending it in. A very entertaining replay and a very tense one. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this in the comments down below. Let Emerald know what you think, because I know he's going to watch this, and he'll be in the comments section. But anyway, guys, hope you have a great day. Hope you have a wonderful Thursday. Hope you're all staying healthy and inside and away from everybody else. I know my lack of being able to go out and do things, it's kind of starting to get to me now, even though I do mostly just stay home most of the time. But anyway, guys, hope you have a good day. If you did like the video, please subscribe. We're on our way to 10,000 subscribers. We recently passed 9,200 subscribers, and we are under 700 subscribers away from our goal. And hopefully we'll be able to get there before the end of the month. That's what we are trying to do, and I think you guys will be able to get it done, because you guys are awesome. Anyway, hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.